Over the past 5 years in my photography journey, I've spent hundreds, no, maybe thousands of dollars on useless camera accessories. So today I want to give you 5 key photography accessories that are non-negotiable and definitely not a waste of money. These are also 5 accessories I always travel with. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the king of websites and domains. And before we jump in, every accessory I'll talk about today is linked in the description down below. Some are affiliate links, which means I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you, and some don't. Either way, they're all products I actually use and stand by. And with that said, let's jump right into starting from the least important and finishing on the most important, with number 1 being a bit of a wild card, as I haven't really seen anyone talk about it here on YouTube, but I love the look this accessory gives my photos. So starting at the end of the list, and this one solves a super annoying problem. If you ever shot at f8 or f11 and noticed little black spots in your images, well, that's actually dust on your sensor, and it sucks because it means you have to go in and manually remove them from every single shot. Even worse, if you're shooting video, the dust is just baked into the footage. So to clean your sensor, you only need 3 things: a dust blower, a sensor swab, and proper sensor cleaning fluid approved for photosensitive parts. And to clean your sensor, take your lens off, flip the camera upside down, and use a blower to get rid of that loose dust. Then put a drop of fluid on the swab, swipe in the direction of the fluid, and then swipe back to dry. This may seem dangerous to damage your sensor, and I definitely felt this way when I first did this, but it's actually super simple and an easy process. You just need to make sure that you buy the correct product. And I've been using a brand called VSGO for years, and they recently sent me a full cleaning kit that I actually love. You get a sensor swab, cleaning solution, microfiber cloths, single-use wipe, and even this lens pen to clean the front and rear element of your lens. They also make this electric dust blower with a filter on the back, which is great to clean your sensor, but also handy to clean your laptop or your keyboard. And just a quick note, guys, that most of the dust that shows up in your images comes from the sensor or the rear element of the lens, not really the front element. If you want to grab this cleaning kit, the electric blower, or they just sell the swabs and fluid for all sensor sizes, check the links in the description down below. Alright, moving on to accessory number 4, and this is the humble battery case. Not just for storage, guys, I mean battery cases that actually charge your batteries, and in some cases charge your phone too. And I've got 3 recommendations at different price points. The first one is from Neewer, and this one is super affordable. It charges 2 batteries via USB-C and keeps them organized, but the downside is that it only charges batteries, so no power output. And this brings me on to my next charger, and this one is definitely my favorite, the JUPIO Tri Charger, made in collaboration with a fellow YouTuber, Peter Ligman. This one's great as you can charge 3 batteries at once, and it also has these SD cards and CF Express card slots, and you can also charge your phone too via the USB-C output. Just be careful when charging to plug into the input. I've actually used the output before and I thought it was charging when it actually wasn't. And then there's this one, which I hope I say the name right, which is llano. And this one's totally different as it has an inbuilt 12,400 mega amp hour power bank inside here. So this one you can charge your batteries off grid and you'll get about 5 to 6 full battery charges, or it charges your iPhone 3 to 4 times. So this one's super handy when you're out all day or just off grid. So that's 3 options for you guys depending on your use cases, and battery chargers and cases like this are just essential. They keep your gear organized, they double up as power banks, and this saves you money from buying expensive power banks when you guys can use your expensive batteries instead. All 3 of these battery chargers and cases are linked in the description down below if you want to check them out. Alright guys, before I answer a question I'm continuously asked about a particular photography accessory more than anything else on this channel, I feel like I've probably saved you a bit of money. With that extra cash, you should definitely invest it back into a photography business. And the smartest investment I've made in my photography business is a proper website, and I've done that with today's sponsor, Squarespace. My original website, creativeweddingco.au, has been running on Squarespace for years. It consistently brings in new clients, ranks well, and looks clean across every device. But lately, I've been building a second site for my fashion work and even to rent out my studio here in Australia. And you just answer a few questions and it generates a full layout tailored to your brand. Everything from book bookings to galleries to payments, it's all handled in one place. So if you've been putting off launching your own site, now is the time. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Gerard Needham to save 10% off your first website purchase or domain. And thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Alright, this right here is probably my most asked about photography accessory, my camera strap. This first one that I've been using is a climbing rope strap from Etsy. It's 108 centimeters long, which is great as I do prefer a longer strap compared to shorter straps, and it's also super comfortable. And I've taken this strap all around the world, but I've eventually just stopped using it, and that's because it doesn't actually come with official Peak Design clips, and these third-party ones are just starting to wear out, and I just don't trust them anymore, especially with heavy cameras. So I've switched to this Wotan Craft Scout leather strap, handcrafted in Taiwan, full real grain leather, and comes with genuine Peak Design anchors already attached. They offer this strap in 40 or 50 inches. Mine's the 40 inch, which actually works great, and they also engrave my initials here, which is super nice of them, and they do have a few color options available. And this strap is premium, reliable, and just a beautiful upgrade if you want something that will last. This leather strap was sent to me as a gift, and they do have a few options online, so check the links down below if you're after a solid, beautifully made leather strap. Alright, now we're getting onto the good stuff, and you probably know by now that if you are a long-term viewer that I hate big, heavy camera bags, and I only shoot with one body and 3 lenses max, so I've always used a camera sling instead of a massive camera bag. And for a while I used this Bowroy Venture 10-liter sling, which they sent me a few years ago. It's compact, it has these expandable internal pockets, and has worked well over the years. I've actually got a few issues with this bag, as it's just not padded that well to protect your gear. This nylon material is definitely not water resistant. It actually absorbs and attracts water, and these two exposed zippers just let sand, dust, snow, etc. fall right into your gear when you open the zip, and this side pocket is like a magnet for dust and moisture. So recently Wotan Craft sent me 2 camera slings, and honestly, just like the camera slap, I'm in love with these camera bags as they solve so many problems that I had with the Bowroy sling. Because the wax canvas is actually water repellent, the flap system replaces zippers with a magnetic lock, so you can leave it open while shooting and grab lenses on the fly. This magnetic lock is actually super useful, and the slings are super easy to adjust. First up, I've got this cute little 3.5 liter pilot sling. It's in this beautiful khaki wax canvas, and it's super compact. It does fit a camera and an extra lens, and has room for essentials like camera batteries, etc. with the front and back pocket. If the wax canvas is not premium enough for you, they actually offer a beautiful leather version if that's more your style. Then we've got the bigger 7-liter version, which is the one that I've been using for my travel. As on the back here, it's got this luggage pass-through for my roller bag, and also has this fantastic top handle to grab onto things. You get 3 padded dividers, a rear sleeve, a large front pocket, and it also came with these modular accessory pouches that can be removed and used as a secondary sling, perfect for something like the Ricoh GR or even my Fujifilm X100 VI. Definitely the build quality is really what makes these slings incredible, and these bags fix every frustration I had with my Bowroy. Along with the leather strap, this is something that I will have and use for years to come. Both of these pilot slings are linked down below. If you're looking to ditch that backpack life, definitely go check these out. And our final photography accessory is a pocket flash. And I own 2 of these. I've got the Godox IM30 and the Viltrox Z1. Now, these little things are small, but they are powerful. I've used them for portraits and even street photography while I was in Japan. Now, both of these flashes are completely manual, so meaning no TTL or automatic modes, but they do have S1 and S2 slave modes. S1 slave mode triggers the flash when it sees another flash go off, and S2 mode ignores the pre-flash from a TTL unit and then fires on the main burst. So guys, if you are syncing with another flash, it will actually work, work, you just need to control the power manually. And a quick tip when using manual flash for the first time, set your ambient exposure first and then set your flash to around quarter power. And if your subject is too dark, just add more power. And if the subject is overexposed, just decrease that flash power. And between the two, I actually prefer the Viltrox because it has a USB-C rechargeable battery and also has this little soft diffuser for portraits. And honestly, it just looks absolutely beautiful. The Godox is definitely smaller and more discreet, but it does use two AAA batteries and has a little bit less power, but it's definitely a better option for travel. And both these flashes do have a relatively slow recharge time when using at full power, but I definitely found that the Viltrox recharges faster. Both these little pocket flashes are linked down below depending on what you're after. And if you like the way that I edit my photos and how my presets perform, go check out the link in the description down below to pick up this nostalgic film look via my Lightroom presets. If you sign up to my newsletter, you'll receive 20% off your first order. And if presets aren't your thing, I totally get it. Last week I just released a video on how I get that film look, which is a full tutorial, so definitely go check out that video right here. If you did like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely go check out all those links in the description down below, and appreciate you guys, and we'll see you later.